Right now, for the first time in 5 years, drug overdose deaths in the U.S. are down. We take a look at the numbers here in Wisconsin. Plus, the city of Monona enforcing a ban on the opening of new vape shops. Why the city's administrator says the move is important. And later, we hear from our Call for Action team themselves and how they hold people and businesses accountable for their actions to community members. It's all ahead on News 3 now at 6. And we begin with a drop in the number of overdose deaths in the U.S. It's not a major decrease, but it is the first time since before the pandemic that the data has trended downward. Jalen Banks joins us now with what the new CDC numbers are telling us here. Jalen?
Eric, in a statement from the CDC, it says despite the recent decrease, their mission has not been accomplished. And taking a look at the overdose deaths here in our state, the same can be said here as well. According to a new CDC report on drug overdose deaths, there were over 100,000 reported in 2023. That's down 3,500 from 2022, making it the first decline in overdose deaths since 2018. Still, that number is almost twice as high as half a decade ago. Speaking to the director of a Madison homeless shelter, he tells me he sees recovering addicts seek help all the time.
In the community, I see some people seeking support with the recovery programs that we provide. There's also alternative substance programs such as methadone and Suboxone clinics to tamper people off of opioids.
For the state of Wisconsin, from 2018 to 2021, overdose deaths increased by around 200 or more each year, with there being more than 1,700 in 2021.
To address substance abuse issues, we generally don't have as many overdoses as people might think at the shelter, but maybe we might have an overdose every other month or so.
But Ferris says it's important to continue to see people through their recovery process.
When they eventually gain sobriety, they gain so much humanity, so much light, so much love, because they've been to the darkest place that they can in their life.
The CDC currently has a multi-step strategy plan centered on treatment, prevention, harm reduction, and recovery programs. For the full CDC strategy to prevent overdose deaths, you can find those on channel3000.com.
Jalen, thank you. A Fitchburg man is sentenced to more than 6 years in prison today. 32-year-old Orrin Hunt Haynes pleaded guilty to possessing 50 grams or more of meth with intent to distribute. The prison term will be followed by 4 years extended supervision. Law enforcement searched Hunt Hayes' apartment last year in connection with a drug overdose investigation. And during that search, agents say they found more than 2,000 grams of meth, firearms, and more than $4,800. Madison police say they've arrested a woman for allegedly driving a stolen vehicle. Cariana Martin was tracked down at a shopping area in the 1700 block of Thier Road on the east side. She was the only one in the vehicle, which was reported stolen out of Middleton. Officials say she kicked at officers when they tried to detain her. No officers were hurt. Martin was arrested for operating a motor vehicle without the owner's consent, battery to law enforcement, carrying a concealed weapon, felony bail jumping, and for having a warrant out of Columbia County. Mild and sunny today. Let's check your first warn forecast. Here's meteorologist Jacob Madison.
Yeah, conditions today were very nice, and that includes right now we're still seeing very comfortable temperatures and a lot of sun. Looking at the current conditions, 71 degrees in Madison. A lot of the area saw high temperatures in the 70s. Right now, though, there are a few locations dropping back into the upper 60s. Now, closer to Lake Michigan, there were a few locations that actually stayed in the 50s, so it was quite a bit milder over here in the central portion of the state, at least south central Wisconsin, also the southwestern portion of the state, where temperatures still currently are in the middle 70s. Now, looking at the current winds, haven't really been a factor today, so the temperatures when the sun was shining felt even a bit warmer than what they actually were. Not seeing anything on radar either, but there are a few showers out in Iowa, and this rain is expected to move into our area as we head into the day tomorrow. But for this evening, get out and enjoy the weather if you can. Only going to see about a few more hours of sunlight, but we are still going to see those comfortable temperatures during the sunset hours. Temperatures will drop into the 50s overnight, but we should remain dry until we get closer to sunrise in the morning. I'll talk more in detail about the timing of the rainfall tomorrow and then show you just how warm temperatures could get over the weekend. I'll have those details coming up a bit later.
All right, Jacob, thank you. The city of Monona is enforcing a ban on the opening of any new vape shops in town. That's at least for the next 6 months. Our Maddie Heimsch has the story now. Maddie?
Eric, the city council passed this moratorium last week. They say the 180-day ban will give them time to consider zoning changes in Monona that would regulate how close these shops can be from schools. Currently, the city has 3 vape shops. A 4th one was proposed and then rejected by the city council, sparking the conversation about regulation. I sat down with city administrator Neil Steck-Schulte and asked why this move was so important in Monona.
In addition, the impacts to youth, the availability of these types of products to youth, and just to people in general, again, it raised enough concern that they said, you know, not necessarily ready to try to say, no, we can't have any more of these things, but this is enough justification that we want staff to really take some time to evaluate this and make sure we're doing the right thing.
According to the Center of Disease Control and Prevention, 10% of middle and high schoolers reported using e-cigarettes in 2023, making them the most commonly used tobacco product among youth. Monona officials say this next 6 months will be filled with community feedback and regulatory logistics.
All right, Maddie, thank you. Today, the Dane County Sheriff's Office and peace officers are observing National Peace Officer Memorial Day. Designated back in 1962, the day honors law enforcement officers killed or disabled in the line of duty. And this week, tens of thousands will gather in our nation's capital to remember the more than 23,000 men and women whose names are etched on the National Memorial. As in past years, the Dane County Sheriff's Office participates by sending representatives from their honor guard and motor unit to escort the family members of the fallen.
Every day, the brave men and women of our profession wake up as parents and sons and daughters and put on the uniform and put their lives on the line every day for our community in the name of public safety. And we want to honor that hard work, that dedication, and that commitment to the greater good.
Well, this year, 282 names were added to the memorial. Dane County has lost 4 deputies in the line of duty. A controversial power line connection on the Mississippi River seems to be inching near completion. Our Kyle Pozorski is in Cassville with what's next for the ATC line.
Conservationists have tried to block this project for many years through lawsuits and legal battles. However, preliminary work is now beginning on the Iowa side of the river. The Associated Press reports ATC, along with ITC Midwest and Dairyland Power Cooperative, are looking to string the final mile to connect Dubuque County, Iowa with Dane County. However, the conservationists, including Dina Kurtz, say the connection will and has already damaged parts of the upper Mississippi River refuge ecosystem.
There are lots and lots and lots of environmental impacts that they cause. And when you're trying to protect and preserve special conservation lands, that's the last thing you want to do.
She says while work has begun now, the battle to put an end to future projects like this will continue on. In Cassville, Kyle Pozorski, News 3 Now.
Kyle, thanks. The latest work comes after a federal judge stayed a preliminary injunction last week. Construction on the tower footings is set to begin in just under 2 weeks. Well, tonight at 10, the first part of our series, Love in the Public Domain. The series focuses on ousted UW La Crosse Chancellor Joe Gao, who was removed from the position after his participation in online pornography came to light. While Gao lost his chancellorship, he is still a tenured faculty member at the university and is currently on paid leave. Recently, UWL leadership filed charges to strip Gao of his tenure. The charges stem from the university's 300-page investigative report. Gao believes one of the charges could be connected to books he wrote.
The report goes all over the place in terms of entirely different things. I don't think we want to be firing people for what they write in a book.
Well, the books detail his experiences in the adult film industry. They were published in 2015 and 2018 under fake names. We'll talk more about the books and the charges against Gao tonight on News 3 Now at 10. Coming up on News 3 Now at 6, 2 grocery chains issuing a recall on cream cheese, what you need to know. Plus, hundreds of affordable housing units on Madison's north side are a step closer to becoming reality. The funding that's making it possible.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6, brought to you by Gruber Law Offices.
Driving comes with risk. You may be a safe driver, but there's the risk that others are not. What's not a risk? Calling Gruber Law Offices. The call is free, and there's never a fee until we win. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy in the Madison area.
When you're talking to someone and you call someone at Olson Solar, it's not someone in Utah, it's not someone in California, it is someone local right here. By doing that, we control the entire process. So we control the project management, we control the design, we control the installation, the electric, the hookup, permitting, and that really sets us apart.
Stop into our location near you. Learn more at olsonsolarenergy.com or give us a call.
Sauk Prairie Healthcare is here to help. To help with your shoulder pain,
your knee injury,
that hip that bothers you,
with your foot or ankle pain.
We focus on quality.
We focus on results.
And take time to listen.
So that your care is the best care. For you.
You.
You. You.
For you. We're here for you.
Sauk Prairie Healthcare Orthopedics. Listening, healing, caring. It's in our nature.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you outdoors because we get you. When it's time to get out and cultivate your ideal yard, we get you the right products at the right prices. Like 36-pound bags of estate weed and feed, $34.99. $200 off this Milwaukee Impact Wrench and Grease Gun Kit. This Massimo T-Boss UTV, $600 off. All new Aaron's brand zero-turn mowers. Plus, leave the heavy lifting to us. Buy online and pick up your items in our convenient drive-thru in just 1 hour. Only at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Been scammed? Landlord not responding? Have billing disputes? Take action. Thursday from 4 to 6:30 p.m. Call 608-270-2833 and News 3 Now's Call for Action investigators will help you get results. You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
If you shop Hy-Vee or Aldi, you may want to check your fridge. Both chains are recalling several cream cheeses due to potential salmonella contamination. At Hy-Vee, that recall includes several of the Hy-Vee cream cheese spreads and the cookies and cream mixes. Aldi also is recalling several different kinds of cream cheeses sold in 8-ounce cups. So far, no illnesses have been reported. The companies say customers should discard the recalled products or return them to stores for a refund. Construction of over 500 affordable apartments is staying on track. It's thanks to new funding from the city of Madison. The apartments are going in at the old Hartmeyer site on Madison's northeast side, and it's continuing construction thanks to over $6 million in tax incremental financing. It's also known as TIF funding. This form of financing is used to make sure sustainable projects can be completed. It only goes toward projects that would otherwise fail.
As TIF staff, our job is to ensure that city taxpayer dollars are invested wisely and that they are invested in a way that returns both a policy return, in this case affordable housing, but also in as many cases as possible.
Well, these affordable apartments will consist of the standard 1- and 2-bedroom units, but will also include some 3- and 4-bedroom units to cater to larger families in need of affordable housing. As part of the development, these apartments must remain affordable for the next 30 years. President Biden and former President Trump appear to be changing things up a bit when it comes to debating ahead of the November election. Currently, the two face-to-face meetings are planned. The first on June 27th. That'll be hosted by CNN. It'll be in Atlanta. The second, hosted by ABC, is on September 10th before early voting begins. The debates are not expected to have a live audience, and the Biden campaign wants moderators to be able to cut the mic when it's not someone's turn to speak.
We can do it in a manner where the rules are enforceable and that the American people have the opportunity to actually hear from the candidates before they cast their ballots.
Former President Trump says he wants more debates, as many as one per month until the election. He posted that he had agreed to a third debate on October 2nd on Fox, but the Biden campaign has not yet said whether it agreed to that debate or not. Still ahead, where you and your family can enjoy some music, food, and a variety of art this weekend. Plus, as Call for Action Week continues, we meet some of the volunteers who are working to help you get your money back. And you may need to break out the umbrella tomorrow. Jacob's complete forecast coming up.
Nobody wants to put a new roof over their head. It's too expensive. And if they can extend the life of that roof and get 5 more years or 10 more years, it's a no-brainer.
What RoofMax does is it helps people in that they don't have to spend that $15,000, $20,000 on a new roof. They can spend pennies on the dollar.
The RoofMax product was a small percentage of cost of replacing a roof.
This is a great financial decision for us as a community.
Get all the latest looks for less during Steinhaffel's Memorial Day sale. Save big on hundreds of closeouts and bonus buys, like this dining table now $3.99. A queen beauty rest mattress $3.99. A queen bed just $6.49. Or this sofa bonus buy priced at only $7.99. Get all this and more for a low monthly payment when you take advantage of Steinhaffel's 60-month financing. The Memorial Day sale, only at Steinhaffel's and steinhaffels.com.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
Spring is here, and April showers bring nasty, dirty, clogged, leaking, mosquito-breeding gutters. Hi, Andrew Larson here with Larson Home Services and Gutter Shutter Gutters, Wisconsin's largest, most durable, clog-free gutter system. Get back to the things that you really enjoy. Hunting, fishing, golfing, boating, being with family and friends, or just playing with your dog. Go get it. Remember, when you think gutters, think Larson Home Services.
Watching News 3 Now at 6.
It is Call for Action Week here at News 3 Now as part of a week of raising awareness for our team solving your consumer issues. Our Catherine Merck sat down with the current and former group leaders about how they are working for you.
Call for Action with News 3 Now gives Southern Wisconsin residents a voice larger than their own when they experience problems with their money. Trained volunteers at the station serve as advocates by taking phone calls and providing guidance. The original leader of the group, Barb Clark, and current leader, Jackie Falk, sat down with me to talk about how our team has developed since it came to the station around 8 years ago. In part of our interview, they shared one of the largest cases the team took on and how people in power were held accountable for their wrongdoings to our community.
We had a case that started a couple of years ago. There was one contractor who was doing wrong to a lot of people. We saw the cases start building. We took those to the Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection, who was also hearing from people. It went there to the FTC and the FBI, and the contractors, all of them involved, are sitting in jail now.
Wow. So, I mean, what does that say, you think, about the work that they're doing, that there's this actual results? You know?
It's rewarding.
It's rewarding, and the case that she's referring to, she's referring to, had been going on for a few years, and, you know, people saw on this station what we were doing, and then more calls started coming in, and we actually had one volunteer who started a spreadsheet. There were so many, but it's a way to let other people in the community know how they can get help too.
In the first quarter of this year, our Call for Action team saved over $444,000 for people in our area. As part of Call for Action Week, the full version of this sit-down interview will be available on our website at channel3000.com.
Catherine, thank you. And all these stories lead up to News 3 Now's Call for Action Call-a-thon tomorrow. Our volunteers will be standing by to take your calls and get your stories heard. Make sure to tune in tomorrow and watch it all happen live from 4 to 6:30. Could see some showers and storms tomorrow. Jacob's back, and he has our complete forecast.
Thank you, Eric. Looking at the 3 things you need to know, that is the first one. Showers and storms are expected for your Thursday, but after the rainfall, we are going to see warmer temperatures. As highs could be near 80 for several days in a row before more storms are possible Monday and Tuesday. Now, for the rainfall tomorrow, there is a marginal risk of severe weather for pretty much our entire area, but the reason we don't have an alert day is for a few reasons. First, the tornado risk is just about 0, and the hazards that are possible, which are gusty winds and some hail, if we do see severe level wind or hail, it will likely be on the lowest criteria, which would be wind speeds up to around 60 miles per hour and hail up to 1 inch in diameter. And lastly, the storms are going to be very isolated, so some parts of our area may not even see any rain during the round of severe weather. So taking a look at future track, we're going to see clouds overnight, but we're going to remain mostly dry. As we head closer to sunrise, we'll start to see those showers and storms move into our area. And this first round of precipitation will likely impact our entire region. Could see some pockets of heavy rain, but overall this rain will be very brief, and for the most part it'll only be light to moderate. Now we're going to be dry during the late morning and early afternoon, and this dry period could fuel some of the thunderstorms from forming, and this round of precipitation could possibly produce that severe weather. And again, this round will be very isolated, so it is possible that parts of the area only see rain in the morning and be dry through the afternoon. And then as we get closer to sunset, we actually may see sunshine before the day is over, especially for those of you west of Dane County. And then we're going to continue to be dry for the overnight hours into Friday. Now, total precipitation, at least from the first round of rain, will only be about 1/10 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch. And then later in the day, the precipitation totals will depend on where some of those isolated storms form, but overall we're not expecting anything dramatic, just some light rain, possibly some pockets of heavy rain, but overall precipitation won't be that heavy. Looking at the temperature forecast over the next 10 days, we're going to see those temperatures possibly reach 80 Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, maybe even Monday as well. And for the weekend, it is looking dry at this point in time, with more rain expected for Monday and Tuesday. Now for Friday and Saturday, there is a small chance of a shower or storm, but the chances of rain are still very low those 2 days. So for the most part, we are going to be very dry over the weekend, and obviously we are going to be fairly warm with high temperatures near 80. This is the first time we've seen consistent temperatures close to 80 for the first time this year. Now, as I mentioned, Monday and Tuesday, we are expecting some showers and thunderstorms, and after that round of rainfall, temperatures will cool off a little bit, but still going to be fairly comfortable with high temperatures in the lower 70s. We have another chance of rain towards the end of next week, as temperatures will remain right around 70 degrees for highs, and overnight lows will consistently be in the 50s.
All right, Jacob, thanks. If you're looking for something to do in that nice weather this weekend, the 3rd annual Art Walk Middleton is offering a variety of art, food, and activities on Saturday from 9 to 5 on Terrace Avenue. More than 50 artists will be showing and selling their work. Musicians will take the stage at the Capitol Brewery Beer Garden throughout the day. The event also features a silent auction and Kids Corner. Meanwhile, Terrace Avenue will be closed to all traffic between Aurora Street to North High Point Road from 5 in the morning until 6 in the evening. That's to accommodate the festival.
And coming up in sports, loving the long ball. How the home run pushed the Brewers past the Pirates in their series finale. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Ride a chip.
Don't worry, my cousin's got a guy.
Right now, get 2-for-1 windows and no interest for 1 year.
Hurry, call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
We've been everywhere. We've coated patios, pool decks, basements, hospitals, warehouses, machine sheds, restaurants, retail stores, showrooms, locker rooms. We've been everywhere. Driveways, walkways, man caves, churches, schools, airports, hotels, and garages. If it's concrete, TSR will coat it.
Discover the joy of giving back with Habitat for Humanity and Habitat Restore of Dane County.
I love the cause. I love the people. I love helping the customer with their home projects.
It's a lot of fun. I've made lasting friendships, and you get a sense of accomplishment.
Help build a brighter future. Volunteer today.
This famous wood fence from the show Home Improvement had to have boards replaced 13 times in only 9 years. Our fences outlast wood 3 to 1 and are all backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. This month, save $1,000 on your project. Visit the website or call the number for your new fence today.
As summer approaches, is your house ready? Over 7 out of 10 homes are poorly insulated. Is yours? Here are some of the signs. Is your house too cold in the winter? Is it too hot in the summer? Does your furnace and AC run almost non-stop? Do you have different temperatures in different rooms? Are your energy bills too high? You don't need a new home. You need better insulation. Call now for $1,200 off whole home insulation plus a $1,200 tax credit.
USA Insulation.
We're a really busy family of 6 and moving into a new house, and Empire made it really easy.
They brought samples to our house, quality products, and insulation on our schedule.
And we're really happy with everything.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today. My son, Nick, took illicit fentanyl, which cost him his life. And knowing that my son is never coming back, is the worst thing that I will have to live with for the rest of my life.
Tammy Baldwin's been with us every step of the way. She just got a major bill passed to really crack down on fentanyl. She doesn't just talk the talk, but she actually walks the walk.
I cannot tell you how much we appreciate Tammy Baldwin fighting this fight.
I'm Tammy Baldwin. I approve this message.
Last year, Beloit College baseball won the Midwest Conference regular season and tournament title on their way to the Division III NCAA tournament. This season, their journey back to the big dance was a little different, but as Andrew Banstra found out, with their backs against the wall, the Bucks are at their best.
Beloit College baseball is feeling the pressure.
There was a little bit of a struggle. You know, it's hard to repeat. Expectations are hard to meet.
But come the conference tournament, the Bucks buckled down.
And we made a bunch of changes last week in practice. And all of a sudden, the lights came on in the tournament.
They swept their way through the conference tournament, repeating for the first time in program history, sending them back to the big dance.
So happy that we get to go back. This is an experience like I've never had before. And last year, the tournament was the most fun I've ever had playing baseball.
But their return to the tourney is all business. They're swinging for revenge against the team who knocked them out last year.
Last year we played, I think, 11 or 12 innings, lost by 1 run. I think we match up great with them. I'm excited to face them again. I didn't have a great showing against them last year, but I'm ready this year.
The second time around, it's totally different. They're not just happy to be here. They're here to win.
I think last year we went into it more for the experience, and I think we proved to ourselves that we can compete with these really good teams. So I think going back and getting to play them again and showing them that we are a really good team and that we can beat them.
A team whose season stays alive 9 innings at a time. In Beloit, Andrew Banstra, News 3 Sports.
Brewers looking to take the series against the Pirates, and the long ball was a theme for the home team. Third inning, William Contreras sends a 3-run shot to right. His 6th homer of the year puts the crew up 3-1. Then a couple batters later, Gary Sanchez up, and it's another homer. The 2-run blast makes it 5-1. Brewers hit 5 long balls in the game. They blast the Pirates 10-2. The final. We got about 34 minutes until we figure out when the Packers are playing who and where.
Yeah, all right. Yeah,
countdown's on. I know you're excited. I know you're excited.
The countdown to Brazil is starting.
Yeah, well, we're driving, remember?
Oh, yeah, you can pack up the van and go down. You and Armand and
Can you even do that?
You can.
We'll find a way.
It's going to be a long drive, but the weather should be good on that route, huh?
Yeah, I mean, here it's going to be pretty nice over the weekend. We do have that rainfall tomorrow, but afterwards we are going to see high temperatures near 80 for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with mostly dry conditions, maybe a pop-up shower or storm, but most of the day will be dry, if not all of the day. Now, Monday and Tuesday, a little different situation. We are expecting some showers and storms with another chance of storms later in the week, next week. And we also are going to see the temperatures drop just a little bit, but still comfortable. It's that time of year. Cooler days, still very nice.
All right, Jacob, thanks. Thanks for joining us at 6. We'll be back tonight at 10 with that Packers schedule. Have a great evening, folks.